So you want to know how you can get massive bulging biceps? I'm going to tell you how. Hi, I'm Jonathan Pritchett with Theology, Geek, Fitness. In this video, we're going to talk about biceps. You see videos telling you how to get massive biceps, and really, you got to hope that you won a genetic lottery, and then in addition to that, you take performance-enhancing drugs, and you can get massive biceps, maybe. And even, it says only even a maybe there. But for most people, you're probably not going to do that. So let's talk about realistic expectations for how to get your biceps to grow. Depending on your genetics and where your muscle belly is and where it attaches and all of that stuff, the best you can do for your biceps, number one, is most of your growth is going to come from your compound movements. So the pulling movements, chin-ups, pull-ups, rows, things like that. That's where you're going to get most of your growth, but you can do isolation exercises to try to maximize that. So the second thing you need to do is actually pay attention with isolation exercises on your biceps. There have been videos where people will do 100 curls a day for 30 days, and they grow like maybe a centimeter after all of that. But really, the only thing that you can do aside from hoping you won the genetic lottery is put the appropriate amount of tension into your bicep muscle. You need to do that for an appropriate amount of time to cause a stimulus, which, you know, there are some sort of markers, muscle fatigue, soreness is not the best indicator, but chances are if you haven't overtrained, but you can feel a little bit of soreness. I mean, that's one marker, but mostly just you fatigue the muscle adequately. So you have time, you have tension. You need to progressively overload, which is over a extended amount of time, not the time that is directly under tension, but over days, weeks, months, years. You continually improve by various things, increasing the amount of weight or resistance, or slowing down your rep speed, increasing your volume, whatever you do. There's a lot of tricks. And then get adequate protein so that, your muscle can synthesize the protein and grow. After you've broke it down and it's repaired itself, you hope that it adds a little bit more instead of just overtraining toward the point where you have to use all of your protein to just get it back to maintenance. So you can't overtrain, or all that repair is just putting it back where it was and not giving it any increase. So it's a delicate balance there, but you have time, tension, progressive overload, and then adequate protein. That's really the only things that you could do. There are a lot of videos telling you to do this exercise with this machine or that exercise with that piece of equipment, whatever. There's a lot of different ways that you can bend your elbow, but that's basically what you're doing when you do biceps curls. Which one that you do, it doesn't matter. What you use when you bend your elbow, it doesn't. Do you really think that doing a barbell curl as opposed to a dumbbell curl, as opposed to curling a sandbag, as opposed to body weight curls on a suspension trainer or resistance band, do you really think that makes a huge difference? Really? Do you? That's cute. It really doesn't. You just need to get tension in the muscle for time to fatigue it, progressively overload over the course of weeks and months, and then, get adequate protein. That's the best you can do to get your biceps maximized. Will they be massive and bulging? I don't know. The leaner you are, the more they bulge, or at least they look like they're bulging from your body relative to the size of your arm. But I mean, are you going to be Chris Bumstead? Probably not. I'm certainly not. But I try to maximize the best I can, so I keep those four things in mind. Tension in the muscle for an adequate amount of time to stimulate and fatigue it. Progressively overload over the course of days, weeks, months, and years. And get adequate protein. That's the best you can do. As far as what do, I mean, I have all kinds of different equipment that all do the same thing when I bend my elbow. Puts tension in the muscle under time and progressively overload in different ways, but I'm basically bending my elbow. And I have all kinds of things that I can hold in my hand when I bend my elbow. So I don't really care which exercise you do that bends your elbow. I don't care what equipment is in your hand when you're bending your elbow. It's just time, tension, progressive overload, inadequate protein. So there you go. That's how you get massive bulging biceps, hopefully. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you didn't like the video, click the dislike button. I don't really care either way. If you want to support what we're doing at Theology Geek Fitness, you can do that by becoming a patron at patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. $1 gets you in the door for all kinds of bonus content, exercise videos, over 100 of them that you can follow along with. $10 and above patrons get in on my quarterly gear giveaways where I use the money from the Patreon account to buy equipment so that I can review it. If I like it or don't like it, either way, if I'm not going to use it on a regular basis, I offer it up, first come, first serve, to the patrons to give back to them if they want it, and they can take it and use it or sell it on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. What do I care? Some people, you can just join that month that I do the gear giveaway, get the gear, and then cancel your Patreon. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. There's nothing I can do. I don't care. I'm happy to give back. So consider that, and I'd appreciate it, just like I appreciate you watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.